Welcome back to the channel. Today I am doing a full test and review of the REATE EXO OG. This is the larger version of that very popular gravity knife. Let's get right into some testing. So the first thing I'm actually going to do with this is baton it through this chunk of 2x4 so you guys can see just what an absolute beast that this knife is. So let's do it. Let's abuse this thing a little bit. Here we go. So you can see that that is pretty impressive for a folding knife. I mean, I've done this quite a bit. I did this once for another video. You've seen me baton it through a dowel on the shorts. There is no edge damage on this thing. It is pristine. They've done a fantastic heat treat on that ELMAX steel. Let's do some other stuff. As predicted with that Wharncliffe style blade, it is effortless through paracord. Just flips right through it. This, by the way, is still the factory edge. Thicker, tough nylon rope. Took me a couple cuts there. Kind of surprises me. This is pretty good for this too. A little more cutting effort. This choil on the bottom here, the sharpening choil, they have angled that enough so that it doesn't catch on rope. So even if I catch it on there on purpose, it still pops right through. So well done there. Let's do some slicing on a flat surface here. EDC knives have to cut things like fruit. Goes through the apple just fine. A little bit of interference from the tip on a flat surface just because that Wharncliffe style blade contacts the tip on the surface. But this slices better than you would think, given that the grinds don't run all the way to the top of the blade. There's a bit of kind of a saber-ish grind to that blade. It's flat grind, but it doesn't extend all the way to the spine, but it still slices really well. It's very comfortable in the hand. My one gripe on this is that there is no pocket clip. This is a prototype pocket clip that I am developing, that I'm trying on this. It does not come with that. Some of the smaller ones do. This really would benefit from it, especially since in most places where you can carry a gravity knife, or in some places at least, it needs to be visible, so you can't just put it in your pocket. This does come with a fake leather belt sheath. It's not very convenient. I really didn't use it. Jimping on this, ergonomics wise, the jimping is smooth but very grippy, so there's no irritation in the hand. It's just a wonderfully designed knife. There is more of a wrist action you need for the longer version, so this is not as flippy as the smaller versions. A little bit of a learning curve just because the blade is longer, so it takes longer to come out. That's not a negative, it's just a little different. I still love this blade. This is probably going to become one of my primary EDCs. Right now, I think Blade HQ is the only place that has this larger size of this knife and the Wharncliffe / coping style blade. I recommend both of those things. I'll drop a link down those stairs. This knife kind of fills a gentleman's folder, EDC, and hard use kind of role. I am impressed by this knife. I thought this would just be kind of a toy, but this is definitely a knife with some serious workability chops. Recommend it highly. Hope that is helpful. Have a knife day.